Good afternoon, YouTube. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am getting ready for putting some plants into the Victoria Orchid Society show and sale. It is coming up on March the 3rd and 4th, Saturday and Sunday, 2018. And yeah, I'm going to be a vendor there. I'm going to have a display table there. And so I was just going through, it's time to pick out a few things to start getting ready for the show. And I thought I'd bring you guys along. I'm going to prep some plants today. And yeah, show you some orchids and maybe some stuff that I'm going to bring for sale and that sort of thing. In front of you I have my favorite plant. It is still in bloom here. I'm going to bring you in a little closer. My Dendrobium spectabile. It is just looking awesome right now. So the show is a short time away. Hopefully it's still looking just as awesome for the show. But what I have to do is get things ready. I got to plan ahead and prep some plants and that sort of thing. So I thought, why not show you guys how I'm going to prep the plants. Full disclosure here, I am not an orchid show expert. I'm going to prep the plants the best I know how. I may miss a few things, I may do some extra things that aren't needed, but we'll just take you through the procedure on how to make a plant look pretty and how to make it look ready to be judged. So obviously, first thing you need to do is find a nice plant that you want to show. And you know, these guys at the Victoria Orchid Society, they're great. If you live close by, you should come in and check it out. But and yeah, anybody can become a member of an orchid society, and anybody can show plants. I got some of my best plants from orchid shows and orchid societies and meetings and stuff like that. So first thing I'm going to do is clean some leaves to make it kind of look pretty, get all the dust off. It's got, you know, it's growing in the greenhouse, so it's got stuff on its leaves and stuff like that. I use a mixture. I've had it in a few of my videos for cleaning leaves, and it even works as an aphid spray, which is 50% water, 50% isopropyl alcohol, and a tiny bit of Dawn dish soap, the blue stuff, just like a half a tablespoon in a liter. And I'm just going to go over the leaves, and it's going to shine the leaves up a little bit, and it does no harm to the plant at all. So you'll have to see how shiny these leaves get beforehand. Now there's going to be blemishes on the leaves, but that's okay. If you looked at I guess a month or so ago, I did a video on this plant when it was just starting to open up in bloom, and it has some sunburn on the leaves and stuff like that, but that's okay. The other thing you do while you're looking at this is you check for bugs, because the last thing you'd ever want to do is bring an orchid that has bugs to a show, right? So we're going to look for bugs while we're doing this and make sure everything is okay. I generally don't have many problems with bugs, so I'm not too worried there. But another thing you can do, and it's fairly easy, as long as you somewhat know what you're doing, is remove these sheaths here. You don't want to do it on a new plant or a new pseudobulb, but you can just sort of make it look pretty. I've peeled off sheaths in the past. You can see this one's almost peeled off. And you can try to remove as much of this as you can. Sometimes on like Cattleyas, it really comes off easily. The Dendrobium is not coming off as well as I would like it to, but what are you going to do? And then you can just rub this down too and clean the plant basically. Make sure there's no little bits. You can see stains on the leaves and stuff like that. So yeah, we can get it all shiny that way. The other thing we have to do is put it into something nicer for a pot. And I'm going to just put the lid back on my leaf shine there. So you don't have to put it in a nice pot. And it's not practical to grow orchids in nice pots all the time. But you can see my pot's not very nice. So a few other ones here that I chose too. But we're focusing just on the Dendrobium today. So I did find this. It's a heavy clay pot. Should be just about the right fit. This plant is very, very top heavy. And so we'll put it in like that. It's not going to be a perfect fit, but you know what I can do? I can drape some black cloth or something around that, or even put some green moss on top of that, just to make it look a little bit prettier. So that kind of tidies that up some. And yeah, I think that's going to be, with a little bit more prep, a very nice plant for the show. And I could see it getting some sort of ribbon anyways. Now, if you are looking for orchids or anything like that, shows are a great way to get them. Like I said, I've got some of my favorite orchids in past years from the Victoria Orchid Society show. There's a few different vendors there, some very reputable people. Like I say, I'm going to be there as well this year. Here is a couple other nice ones that I may put in. Another dendrobium. And this guy here, my Sophronides coccinea. Just some miniatures. So that gives I'm going to go through and I'll pick a bunch more. But yeah, why don't you guys come down and see my display table there. Check out the other displays. Pick up an orchid. And yeah, just enjoy. It's awesome. You know, if you're not around my area for the Victoria Orchid Show, then track one down in your area. I'm going to take you off the tripod here. This may go ka-chunk. And here are a few. I am going to have a display table, plus I'm a vendor there, so I'm going to have a few Nepenthes for sale. These are some of my Nepenthes that I'll be selling at the show. But anyways, very cool. And I'm going to give you a close-up of these flowers because they're awesome. So many of them now. Such a cool plant. But anyways, this is a few tips and tricks to get ready for an orchid show. I hope you liked this video, and if you want to see more videos like this, make sure you subscribe to my channel, and feel free to come visit me in Victoria on March the 3rd and 4th, 2018. Bye guys.